Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Hold On to Dawn podcast. I'm your host, Erin, and today's episode is about recapping the month of September, which was Suicide Prevention Month. So this month, I did my first Out of the Darkness walk of the year, and it was in Annapolis. It was just this past Saturday, and it was really cool to do the walk in a different place because I usually, like I have previously talked about, I usually do the walk in Philadelphia because that's the one that's closest to me. And last year was the first year that I did it somewhere other than Philadelphia because my benefit concert was September 23rd, and then there was a walk in Massachusetts on the 24th. So I went and did that walk last year instead of the Philadelphia walk. Because I was in the area, and it was really fun. It was a really cool route, and it was nice to do a walk somewhere else, like kind of see how another state chapter did their event. So Annapolis was fun. It was at the Navy Stadium, which was really cool, and we walked around almost into downtown Annapolis, so it was a pretty route, and there was 1,500 people, so that was awesome, a really great turnout, and it was fun to see the different booths set up, the tents that some people had, and it was nice to be with my family too and be able to experience it with them because I went with my cousin and his kids, and it was his first suicide prevention walk, so it was nice to be able to introduce him to this. So this coming weekend, I'm doing 2 more walks. I'm doing one in New York and then the one in Philly, the usual one I do every year. So I'm doing one on Saturday and one on Sunday. It's kind of a lot to undertake in back-to-back days, but I'm excited about it. I'm doing the one in New York with one of my best friends, and I'm doing the one in Philly with one of my best friends. So I'm excited to be able to spend quality time with them. My love language is quality time. So I'm excited to be able to spend time with my friends and do something that I'm very passionate about and something that means a lot to me. So I'm looking forward to that. As for the rest of the month, September was kind of a whirlwind of emotions for me. There was a lot, and there still is a lot going on in my personal life, and my grief is not linear, and you can feel as if things are going uphill and you're getting better, but then you can come soaring down as quickly as you went up. And September has overall been low for me, and it's been a struggle, but I am getting through the best that I can, and I am using everything I talked about in my grief podcast episode, reaching out to friends and family, staying connected that way. I have been going back to my favorite TV show, which is One Tree Hill, and watching that when I'm feeling down because that takes me out of the moment that I'm in, and it takes me to a safe place, and that has also been helpful. I've also been focusing on work and keeping my schedule pretty full because that also helps me when I'm in a depression. I may be sitting at home and be sad, but I know that I have to go to work later in the day. So once I'm there and I'm in the middle of it, my mind is completely taken off of it, and I'm surrounded by people, and I know I'm not alone. It's just the mentality. I live alone now, which I'm living alone for the first time in 6 years, something like that. So it's also getting adjusted to that too, because I'm an introvert, but my depression heightens by being alone, because the more alone I am, the more alone I feel. And September is back to school month, and I've also been working almost every single day. I only had 3 days off this month, and so I haven't had as much time to spend with friends as I wish I did. So that, I think, is also something that kind of has been playing tricks on my mind. Since I haven't been spending as much time with my friends, my depression starts to overwhelm me and say, you're alone, and it, tries to play tricks on you. I've been really just trying to focus on getting through one day at a time, and I know that I have so many friends out there that really care a lot about me and love me and want the best for me. So it's just kind of like a hard transition right now to go from the breakup to living alone to getting into the swing of my new life. And I know it's going to take so much more time. I have a lot of growth I need to do and healing. And I actually just came back from a One Tree Hill convention last weekend, and since One Tree Hill is my favorite show, I enjoy going to these conventions where you can spend time with the actors and talk to them. And one of the actresses specifically has been such a beacon of hope for me during this time. She recently went through a breakup as well. Hers was a divorce, unfortunately, but she posts on social media a lot about growing and healing and being proud of yourself for everything that you're going through. And so I got to talk to her and tell her about how I just recently had a breakup and how it's been weighing on me. And her posts have been really helpful and inspiring to me. And so I got to talk to her for a little bit about that, which really made me feel a lot better. And she also actually wrote out a quote for me that I'm going to get tattooed on my arm. So I'm really excited about that. I'm getting that tattoo next month. I think that overall, one of the biggest things that is helping me get through the grief and depression of it all is knowing that there are so many more things for me to look forward to. I am going on a mini trip in October that I'm looking forward to. I'm visiting a friend in November. I'm going on a trip with one of my friends in December. Traveling kind of takes me out of the negative emotions that I'm feeling and the depression, because there's so much in this world to see and learn about. And sitting at home alone, whatever night of the week it is, the best thing for me to do is thinking about the future and looking forward to the next place I'm going. That has been something tried and true that helps me when I am feeling depressed. Hopeful for the future, hopeful for the things that I know are coming, the concrete things, because I do know that this is a challenging part of my life right now, and I know I will get through it, just like I've gotten through every other challenging part of my life. But the uncertainty of what comes next is hard to think about and hard to stay hopeful for, because I have absolutely no idea what to expect. So focusing on the things I can control, the things I can plan, the things that I can look forward to are really helpful to me. And it keeps me hopeful. And it keeps me with a positive outlook on days that sometimes get a little low. But I know I will get through this. I know I'm not alone. I know this is just a chapter in my book, and it's not the whole story. And I just started reading a book by Jana Kramer, actually, who was on One Tree Hill. And it's called The Next Chapter, and it is about her marriage ending and how she moved forward. And so that reading that book has also been helpful too. I know my breakup isn't the same thing as a marriage ending. Of course, that's more traumatic because there's so many more steps that go into it. But this breakup was trauma for me. And so just reading about someone else's experience and knowing that I'm not alone in the pain and the suffering is comforting. I don't want to end this episode on a sad note because it was talking a lot about my grief ebbing and flowing and the depression part of my grief being very prominent this month. But October is a new month. October is my birthday month, and I am making it a priority to spend more time with friends because I know that is the one thing that truly helps me feel not alone. So my goal for October is to spend more time with friends. And I already have this coming Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I have 3 different friends for each day. So I am excited and happy that I have that all lined up. And I'm just going to continue with that for the rest of the month. And just continue to remind myself. And also, if you're going through something difficult, remind yourself that you are not alone. There are so many people out there that care about you. There are so many people out there that are going through painful things too. And you can get through them. We can get through them together because life is not linear and it can't just be happy moments because you need to feel the lows to be able to feel the highs. And although you may be in pain right now, it will get better. Things will go up. And I also believe everything happens for a reason. So I am going through all this to prep me for the next chapter of my life, the next season of my life. And I will be stronger for it. And I will be ready to take whatever is handed to me. So, yeah. I think that's about everything I wanted to say. The next episode will be in 2 weeks. I believe it is my episode with Jared, so I'm excited about that. He is the last one from the September benefit concert that I got to speak with, so that episode will be out in 2 weeks. I hope that you had a good September. I hope that everyone has a good October. The year is almost over, which is crazy. Only a couple more months. I don't know where this year went. But thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye. Thank you so much for listening. Our website is holdontilldawn.com, and our email is holdontilldawn@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram at holdontilldawn and on Facebook at Hold On Till Dawn Benefit Concert. See you next time.